All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. This is Mercury in Pisces. Well, it's talking from the soul. That's kind of what it is. It's soul talk, right? You've heard of real talk? Real talk. You can say anything you want to anybody as long as you put real talk after it. At least that's the way kids used to do it. I don't know what they're doing today. But I'm afraid to ask. But this is talking from the soul. Soul talk. It's a little bit. We got this energy here will blend. We have a retrograde coming up later in the month, and that's going to blend with the world point, but it's going to blend with this energy nicely. Okay? Right now, it's kind of an outer. In the retrograde phase, it'll be an inner dialogue that gets a little rough. And right now, while Mercury's still moving forward, it sort of rolls into Pisces, it's this outer dialogue where we stop ourselves and go, huh? What? Did I just say that? Well, I'll show you in the pre-shuffle. With just the surface energy, my King of Truth, right? A Devil, and my Queen of Truth. I've got the Devil sandwiched between the King and Queen of Truth. So I've got somebody, I have a very externally spoken, it's Mercury, it's about speaking, it's speaking from the soul. I have an externally spoken energy that someone stops themselves and go, did I just say that? They're saying something. I mean, I can take an extreme example, just catch my drift. They're saying something absolutely vile, absolutely horrible. And they catch themselves doing it. This King and Queen of Swords, this King and Queen of Truth is surrounding this devil. It's not going to let them get away. It's not going to let the devil get away with anything. That being said, I think this is happening. It's probably happening to you, but it's certainly happening to somebody else attached to you. Somebody's about taking control here. On the DM side, it's very strong, and it stops them in their tracks. It's big time. Two of Pentacles. What do I do now? They're realizing that some of the things they believe, some of the things they say, some of the things, whatever, aren't in line with who they really are. And who we really are lives in the soul. It doesn't live in the ego, right? Somebody is not their Camaro. All right, that's not who somebody really is. That's just the thing that their ego likes, right? I mean, I am this car, Steve. That's what a friend of mine said to me. He got the 396 Camaro SS. It's like this car is me. It's not you. It's just you having a midlife crisis. I mean, I don't know. I didn't say it out loud, but that's what it felt. The whole thing reeked of midlife crisis to me. He's got the bald spot and everything. It's all there. I don't know, but whatever. That car is not him. Who we are lives in the soul, and I think somebody here, somebody attached to you, I think most of you already know that, but I think somebody attached to you is getting a point. They're stopping themselves in their tracks, like, they're having a reassessment of who they are, if you will. All right, let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. All right. So, my friend, if with that pre-shuffle, my friend, definitely a DM in the soulmate cycle, I will tell you that. My friend will definitely stop and reassess. When he says something like, this car is me, man. This is it. You stop yourself. And it didn't even sound right to him when he said it, I could tell. He's not going to admit it right away, but he will. It'll end up getting traded in for something sooner rather than later. Midlife crisis cars often do. All right. As soon as somebody picks on them for it, that's it. Here we go. Right here. Somebody should. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? So a devil sandwich between a king and queen of swords is getting real. We're here for 3 wands. We're here. There's a whole lot of awakening happening in the energy right now. This is the perfect time. I've had recent readings, especially late last year, where we've had planets in certain signs and energies, and I've said this is bad timing for this. I think one of them was Venus. Venus was somewhere, and I said this is really bad timing for Venus being here, kind of a thing. This is really good timing for Mercury being in Pisces. It's perfect. It blends awesomely with the world point energy and the massive awakening that's coming out. The massive awakening that prevents people from believing the same bullshit that they used to believe before it. Okay? There's life, definitely. There's a 36-year cycle that's ending. It's huge. All right? Same old song and dance isn't going to work going forward. It's starting probably really kicking in when Jupiter goes direct around the middle-ish of March. We're still in that Jupiter retrograde bubble that I talked about back when I wrote about that. I think it was in November or something like that. Somebody here is realizing they have to move in a new direction. They're now focused on you. You're on that ship there. Let's go. Let's cut the deck. I like this energy. I like the talking from the soul. I think the runners in this cycle, whoever they are for you, you might have more than one. You could have a family member. You could have whatever. I think the runners in this cycle are going to have a hard time with this energy, with what they hear, because it echoes back to you. The things you say echo back in this energy. Talking from the soul. You say something that doesn't align with it, you really feel that. A lot of times people say shit and they aren't even aware of what they're saying. You know, they're not. They're just not, or they don't even hear it. It just leaves their mouth and they forget, you know, it's like it never happened the moment it leaves. Not in this energy. Everything you say echoes back. And if it doesn't feel right, sort of like listening to music, you know. You record a song, you think it's great, you realize when you hear it back you are out of tune. It's just like that. That's all. You know. After the cut, the High Priestess. Yeah. Somebody attached to you. It's probably you on some level too. Okay, but somebody attached to you suddenly wants something. That Three of Wands. They want to move in a new direction. They want something that they didn't know they wanted before. All right. It's not even so much they didn't admit it to themselves. It's just, again, I can't emphasize enough. It echoes back. Your words echo back. Sometimes we just don't hear it, you know. I mean, I had a friend a long time ago. I'll tell about another one of my friends. I leave the names out to protect the innocent. But, you know, I had a friend a long time ago thought he could sing. Oh, he thought he could sing wonderfully. Everybody thinks they can fucking sing until you record them and you play it back. And that's when you figure out whether you can sing or not. To them, in person, while he's singing, he was singing along with records at home and stuff like that. He thinks he's got it, right? Well, one day we recorded him. You know, we did a song and we recorded him and we played it back. It was horrifying, right? The look on his face was horrifying. Even he realized when he heard it back that he couldn't sing, right? So sometimes we don't know till we hear it back. This energy lets you hear it back. I don't think it's going to impact the DF side all that much. I do think the runner side, however, is going to be very surprised at hearing some things back and wanting some things that maybe they didn't know they wanted before. You know, not even so much about admitting it. They just didn't know. They never heard it back. They never heard the words coming out of their mouth echo back to them. I've been telling you in recent readings, record people, haven't I? I said if it's legal where you are, in some states, for example, you got to tell people that you're recording them and all that. I mean, in general, we're coming into a time, especially, and this is sort of the energy that kicks it off, where people are going to pretend nothing ever happened. They never said that. They never did this. This applies in your life. It applies out in the world. You know, this is where recordings are going to come in very handy. You know, but this energy, if you did, this is a great energy. My point to this is a great energy to play whatever you recorded from before back to somebody and they hear it back. You may see, much like my friend who thought he could sing, and first time he hears himself back, if I could only show you the look on his face, like, oh my God, I'm horrible. Yeah, you're pretty bad, right? Freddie Mercury, you are not, my friend. Okay? This is a good energy to play that recording back for somebody, you know. So, but if you tell them that in this energy, if you tell somebody that they said something, call them on it, they may pretend it never happened. It is likely, all right? But they'll hear those words. When they say, oh, I never said that, those words will echo back to them and it'll feel off, all right? So, you know, but you still probably won't get them to admit anything. It's, you know, I think it's always good to record somebody saying something important, you know. So you love me, and you're going to leave your spouse, and we're going to be together. I'm going to hit my phone app here. Can I just get you to say that again? Right? I mean, what? Be cheeky about it. Just be cheeky about it. That's all. I mean, what the hell? What's the point in all this technology? You know, I mean, if we're not going to use it to our benefit. All right, here we go. Anyway, Make your own decisions. Do what you want to do. It's a general. I'm just trying to explain this energy to you. You know, there's a lot going on with it. But it's all the energies, all my readings are connected together, so it's tied to other readings. It's a general reading, may or may not resonate with you. We're just about done shuffling. It's a tough reading to shuffle for. It is. Eight of Cups. It's timeless. You found it. Great. You're here. Terrific. Yay. Overall energy. Well, let's keep it informal. You know. I mean, all of these readings come from my soul, so I'm fine. I've heard it all before. You know. Eight of Cups underneath 10 Swords. It's someone attached to you who realizes that they need to change their ways. That, again, it's what I said. They never really looked at the cups before, never realized what shit they were. This is all about communication. Somebody here is realizing that with their words, they have made 8 broken cups. You know, they did it to themselves. It's a little bit, I mean, yeah, a little bit. Some people don't realize what they say sometimes. They really don't. You know, I mean, my sister and my mother's relationship is ruined because, you know, quite frankly, because my mother just doesn't realize that the things she says are hurtful. You know, I mean, it doesn't even occur to her. You know, she says it and ruins it, and then doesn't understand why things are ruined. People do this all the time, especially the runners in this soulmate cycle. You know. Let's pull a pyramid. This is how somebody feels about you. This is what they think about you. This will be an interesting one for a pyramid. All right. And bottom of the pyramid is the potential final outcome for you. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and yeah, we're going to extend this. Because we got a devil who's sandwiched between a king and queen of swords. It's a very interesting energy. Let's see where we go. All right. I don't know. How do they feel? 2 of Swords. 9 Wands, 10 Wands. Frustrated, increasingly frustrated. That's how they feel about you. Well, towards you. Would probably be a better word. That's how they feel towards you. Yeah, frustrated. Don't know what to do. Want peace, don't know how to make it. Don't know what they've said. What did I say? What did I do? All right. Now maybe they're hearing, I mean, these are just their feelings. So this really doesn't have anything to do with the words coming out of their mouth or anything, but this is the byproduct of it. This is what they feel. This is in the soul. It's very frustrated. I can't believe I said that, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. You know, and you do, it's true, you tell people that they said something and they deny it. It's just what happens. What's the, how do they feel? What do they think when they think about you? How do they see you? Page of Wands and the 9 of Cups. Let's just pull the final outcome. It's red with 9 Wands. I'm very curious here. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. It's sort of an energy. If I take it all together, I leave out your final outcome is communication. Somebody's coming towards you. Okay? But they're coming towards you with the attitude of, if I take all of this and I just read it together, it's, what did I say? You know, I don't understand. You know, I think they think everything's great between you. It's a delusional byproduct of some of the other energies in play. It kind of is. You know, we talked about Neptune and Aries and delusions of grandeur. Well, it also can make you a little bit, I mean, I couldn't possibly have said anything bad. I'm awesome. You know, that kind of a thing. We already saw the Emperor in the pre-shuffle. It's a bit of that. Is somebody coming towards you? What did I say? I don't get it. I thought everything was great. They see you, everything's fine. It'll be fun. I'll give Steve's viewer a call. It'll be fun. They definitely know that you're the person that they want to be with, but this person continually, we have a saying, I got different countries that watch, so I have to phrase it like that. I realize most of my viewers are American, and they know this, or Canadian, and they know the saying, but people put their foot in their mouth all the fucking time. This person puts their foot in their mouth a lot. Whoever this is to you, it's somebody who puts their foot in their mouth, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how else to phrase it. I could give you a real life example, but my sister hates it when I talk about her on these videos, so I'm not going to. But it was a case of she was pregnant at the time and my mother said the wrong thing. All right? You can probably imagine, I say my mother's racist all the time. You can probably imagine what she might have said, right? And then has no idea that she said it. No idea. Well, I didn't say that. You certainly did. You know, it's a bit of that. Somebody, in this energy, somebody becomes hyper aware that they did say it, that they do say these things. Okay? And I think it's on their approach to you on some level. Let's take a look. Let's clarify with the light seer here. Let's see where we go. Very interesting. 9 of Wands. Okay. What did I do? I could never say the right thing. But they're going to get to hear it back. It's interesting to pull the reading in relation to you. Because we've already talked about the energy. We already know that if they say it now, it'll echo back to them. But we've pulled the reading in relation to you. It's someone who could possibly as well, whether it's a family member or a lovey-dovey thing, it's somebody who could possibly as well keep coming back at you with, yeah, but I love you. Right. Yeah, but you can't just use those words as some kind of magic eraser. Right? You know, they got that Mr. Clean magic eraser. It takes away everything. You can't just use yeah, but I love you as, you know, those 3 words, I love you, as some sort of magic eraser, you know. And that's the way it seems to play out. You know, well, you know, here's a cup, you know. Okay. 9 Wands, why is it here? Again. And you've been coming up in recent readings. All of my readings tie together. I'm not just pulling them willy-nilly. We're following the soulmate cycle. We're just following the river. You know, right down. The flow of the energy. I've said recently, I think I said you're not buying it. You know, you're not falling for the same old crap. What's going on here with the 9 of Wands? Tell me about it. Okay, that's it. We can't shuffle anymore. Yeah, look, you see that 10 swords right there? That was underneath our 8 cups? It's right there, too. It is. Well, I just won't say anything then. Somebody feels like they should just keep their mouth shut because every time they say something, it goes wrong. Yeah, because they don't listen to what they're saying. They're not realizing they're saying, in some cases, horrible things, vile things. But in other cases, it's just the wrong thing, you know. They blow you off. They could be, we'll be together someday. Don't worry about it. Someday. Oh, that word, someday. Right? It's so ambiguous. What do you mean? You mean Tuesday? No, someday. Oh, so Thursday. No, you know, pick a fucking time frame or something. I mean, it could play out a lot of different ways. It is somebody playing the avoid the topic game, right? So they feel, well, I just won't say anything then. Because anything I say, again, blame shifting it back onto something else. What's on top? The 3 of Wands. That was the card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? Which, by the way, is crossed in my reading by the overall energy. So I do, while I'm reading this, just to give you some transparency, I do take the 8 of Cups into consideration when that comes out because it was the card before the cut. So I look to where that is and I take this and I read it with this energy crossing it. Okay? So, just so you know, why is that here? Just to make sure. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. Yeah. Again, it's what I said. Somebody here wants to move forward with you, but again, they just put their foot in their mouth all the damn time. I don't know. I don't want to say they lie a lot. I don't. But they do. I feel like this is somebody who lies a lot. And you might not, whoever this person is to you, you might not consider them a liar. I get it. Don't think of it as a conventional lie. It could be somebody who dodges a topic, right? We see that all the time. I said it here. They try to dodge and ignore it, right? Okay. I don't know. What's going on here? Tell me about the 2 of Swords. Why is it here? It feels to me like somebody's blaming you because they've made a lot of false promises. Okay? It's your fault they did that. But in this energy, they're going to hear those back. So it's very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what happens when they show up. This could be very genuine. I'm not discounting that yet. It feels genuine to me. I'm just being neutral and letting it, okay, I'll take it at face value, but I know I have enough experience doing this. Face value means very little, right? Think about all the people in your life that you've encountered that have read you wrong. They got you wrong, right? They made an assumption about you and how that made you feel. Well, a face value, taking a card at face value is making an assumption. It feels genuine. The Knight of Cups often is. But I don't know. And this, with the context it's being read with, some of its credibility is going down the toilet. All right, let's see where we go here with the Two of Swords. I'm feeling a lot of blame shifted here, you guys. Yeah. The wheel spins everything. Yeah. Water off a duck's back for this person. It's say anything to get what they want. Usually, I think that's going to be hard in this energy. We'll find out. This is where the energy comes back to him. The King of Swords. We saw him in the pre-shuffle from the other deck, and the Lovers. Right. It's what I said. Say anything. Say anything to get what they want. This person just wants to make peace here. Whatever. If I said it, fine. Okay. That's not an apology. That's not someone who gets it, who has grown. If they say to you, if you confront them with something they said, and they say back to you, whatever, I said it, fine. Can we just move on? Right? That's what they want to do. All right. All right. Still holding it genuine, but it's slipping a little. We'll see. 10 Wands. So, I'm going to explain it this way. They feel like you're hard to talk to in this energy. Let's just go with me on this before you yell at me and go, Steve, I'm real easy to talk to, fucker. Yeah, I can tell from your response there that you're very easy to talk to. Somebody here feels like you're really hard to talk to. It's not because you're hard to talk to or difficult to talk to. It's because they're hearing their words back. And they don't like it. But the problem is you're dealing with narcissists on this side here, runners, on some level. They even if they hear it back, it's going to be tough. I said they're going to have a hard time with it. The runners in this cycle are going to have a hard time with this energy because they're going to hear back everything they say, all the stuff that they would say, I didn't say that, or I didn't mean it that way. Really, you didn't mean it that way. Well, how did you mean it? Some of the things that this energy might have said with the cards that I've got here with the Seven of Swords and this twisted truth of the King here, and some of the things they might have said, there's really only a couple of ways you can read it. Neither one of them particularly good. All right, 10 of Wands, why is it here? It's crossed by the 10 of Pentacles. This person thinks you're hard to talk to. I still get that energy, but the 10 of Pentacles in the environmental energy, Judgment, yeah. They're annoyed. I'm going to be card reader here for a moment, right? I'm going to be the energy reader who digs a little deeper into this here. They're annoyed that you keep bringing up a topic, that you keep reminding them of a mistake they made. Now, it could be you're saying this. It's possible. It's a Mercury reading. Or it could just be when they hear their words back, they don't like it, and they blame shift it back on you. So, in other words, it could be somebody rolling their eyes going, oh, Steve's viewer is just going to bring up that topic again, right? Resurrect that old whatever, right? Possible. It is a good energy. I said already, right before I started pulling these cards, I said it's a good energy to play back that recording, to call people on their shit, on the shit they said, right? Or get them to say it again so they can hear it this time. So it echoes back to them. It rattles their soul. If they have any soul, any connection between soul and heart chakra at all, it'll rattle it. All right, 9 cups. Almost a 9 pentacles, it feels like it. Why is that here? Page of Cups. This person, whoever this person is, they desperately want to, it's what I said here a little bit, they desperately want to pretend that everything is okay, that something never happened. They want that magic eraser. I believe they're using the words, I love you. Yeah, but I love you, right? As some sort of magic eraser, and it isn't a magic eraser. There's no substance behind it whatsoever. It's fluffy duffy, okay? All right. So, when they see you, Page of Wands. I'm going to tell you, I could riff on this energy a little bit, just off of this Page of Wands. And it's not generally a meaning of the card, but when I pair it with the other energies that are here, this person, about a topic, whatever the bone of contention is between you and this person, they find you petty. Huh? Why do they find you petty? Are you petty? No, I doubt it. I think they probably, I seriously do, because they got the Seven of Swords and they got the Devil and all of that. I think they find you petty because it's inconvenient for this person to think that they could possibly say the things that they realize they've said. I mean, I do think they change. I'm confused by the genuine feeling here. Somewhere along the line, they get real. I just don't know where yet. Why is the Page of Wands here? It's crossed by Temperance. What's on top? It's a pejorative kind of energy. It's the Six of Swords. And why is that here? The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. They don't understand why you won't let something go. That's what they think about you. You don't let things go, and that carries over into the feelings. That might wake them up at night and make them annoyed, what I talked about around this Ten of Wands with a topic. I don't know what the topic is. It could be something they said. It probably is something they said. It's probably Mercury related. Either way, if you can get them to say it again, you'll get them to listen to it in this energy. Let's see where we go. It'll sound out of tune to them. Like my friend who realized he can't sing. The hard way. All right, now I'm going to play this back. You think it sounded good? Okay, here we go. All right. All right. Here we go. I've heard crowds sing "We Will Rock You" better than that. Better than him doing it. I've heard crowds at sporting events that were more in tune. All right, here we go. Nine of Cups. That's a Nine of Cups too. You see what I'm saying? These carry over. That's why I said this carries over into there. It's crossed by the King of Pentacles. Holding something over their head. That's what they see you doing. I don't know why. What's on top? It's a very interesting read. Now, Four of Pentacles. And why is that here? The Two of Cups. If you just let something go, we'd be fine. That's it. But you can't. It's a soul connection you have with this person. If you have people you don't have soul connection with, you really don't care. Maybe you've got, like, we'll use family as an example, maybe, because they actually do come up a lot more than you guys realize in these readings, because you do have some soul connections with your family. But for a lot of them, you don't. You know, that cousin that you let get away with stuff, they can pretty much say anything. You don't really care. You don't call them very often. They don't really affect you too much. You don't have a soul connection with that person. You don't care. But if you have a soul connection with somebody, you have to connect. You have to connect on the soul. Your souls have to connect. You have to connect at a soul level. This energy is about speaking from the soul. I think this feels genuine because I think you're schooling somebody here. I do think they approach. But it's sort of like I think you raise the ante a little bit, you know, like a poker game. I see you and I'll raise you 2,000. That kind of a thing. Let's see where we go. Let's pull on this final outcome. Knight of Cups, talk to me. Why is the Knight of Cups here? What's the final outcome for my viewers? It's crossed by the Strength card. Yeah. Heart chakra. They approach with an open heart chakra. It's almost like I should give you strategy here. They approach with an open heart chakra. It's what I've been talking about. The soul, the intercom to reach their soul is open. It's an open circuit. You can just talk into the little microphone and their soul will hear it, right? It's your chance to touch this person's soul. They approach. That's why it feels genuine. They approach with an open heart chakra, which means you have access to their soul, which means the words you say matter. Now's your chance, right? Remember when they got the shot just right in Star Wars, and the thing went, and the laser bolt thing went down the hole, just the right hole to blow up the Death Star? That's exactly what this is. This is your shot. You got one shot, kid. Get it down the hole. Right, there you go. And that's where you get it. That's where you get this person to, well, I don't know, get real. You got a chance with this person. I got this guy walking toward 9 cups. I got 9 cups here twice. There's a good chance. I got the Lovers. You just got to get some truth out of them. You can have a new beginning. You can. It shows that because the page is red with the Lover. I get it. So the heart chakra, they're approaching with a heart chakra open. The words you say matter here. Okay? They'll also hear those for once, too. Your words spoken from the soul are heard by you, but they're heard by other people as well. I think the processing happens during retrograde. I don't know if anybody really, well, you might, it's possible. But I think what happens here is the external communication happens, and then during retrograde, it goes internal. And people start thinking and whatever, and hopefully you're thinking in the same direction if you want this person in your life. What's on top? See, he's a big... It's your chance. Here's your chance, right? I just talked about, we did not know that was there, and you know it. Did I or did I not? Just get done talking about the Death Star, right? Emphasis on the word star. There's your chance right there. There's your shot. Take it. Say what you need to say to this fucking person. Their heart chakra is wide open. It doesn't even matter what this card is. Really, it's just checking my read on that. Fine, I'll pull it. It's the Knight of Wands. Right? This is your chance to move forward fast with this person. It goes away. This is an in and out energy. It's not always a player. I know that's like the go-to thing on YouTube. People throw that, it's a player energy. It drives me fucking crazy. There's way more going on with the Knight of Wands than that. There's a horse loose in the fucking yard. Look, it's for a limited time only. It's the for a limited time only card. It comes in and it goes out as fast as it came in. Just like that shot at the Death Star that they took in Star Wars. He had to get it just right, right? You know, it has to be just right. It is. Here's your shot. Make your words count. You're not going to be able to circle around and do it again. It's not going to happen. It's my laughing hierophant is the bridging energy. I love it. The laughing he's laughing. It's right there. This is make your words count. They are coming from the soul anyway on the DF side. So dig deep. Say what you need to say. They'll hear it in this energy. Their heart chakra is open. The heart chakra, in a simplistic explanation, is the translator from the soul to the brain. You got in a simple translation, and there's hundreds of chakras, by the way. But in a simple translation, you have soul, heart, ego, right? The soul needs the heart chakra to translate. Google, the heart chakra is Google Translate. It translates the language, and then the brain can understand it. The heart chakra is open. You can get your words right down to the soul, and then their brain will understand them because the heart chakra is open. See what I'm saying? It is what it is. Simple way to explain it, but simple's the best. Why not? Why overcomplicate it? Hundreds of other energies. You're made up of so many energies, it's not even funny. You know, it's crazy. That's why most people get you wrong, don't they? They think you're some kind of weirdo or freak or something. No, I don't know. But I mean, most people get it wrong. The average Joe only reads surface energy. They just read the surface card. There's so much more. If somebody's an asshole, they're not just an asshole. Something made them that way. They weren't born that way. Right? What is it? Dig. Find out. You can sometimes work around it. Right? I got plenty of friends that other people think are assholes that I understand why they are, so I just work around it. And they're fine. They're good people. But if you poke that nerve that makes them read as an asshole on the surface, sure, I can understand why you wouldn't want them around. I got that. All right, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Make your words. I can't tell you what to say. I don't know. Speak from your soul. Tell this person, whatever the situation is, tell this person whatever. Tell them about the things they say. that hurt you. Tell them about the thing, why you keep bringing up this topic. Don't just bring up the topic if it's a topic. Tell them why you keep bringing it up, right? Go deep. Right. And then ask them why they're so upset about it. Let's get to the bottom of that. Here we go. It's your chance. It's your chance to blow up the Death Star. It's going to go out as fast as it came in. It really is. Once you get into Mercury retrograde, they go inward. So you gotta quickly fill their soul with a bunch of words so they can process them. It's not that nothing happens during retrograde. Actually, that's probably where most of the action happens. But you got a good shot here. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. Let's go. Let's see where we're at. And we'll go pull some wicked voodoo on this. I got a Temperance. I got a Wheel of Fortune. I got a King of Pentacles. And I got a 4 of Wands and a 3 of Cups. Because I felt like they wanted to be read together. So I got a 4 of Wands and a 3 of Cups crossing a Wheel of Fortune. These are read center, left, right. I mean, there's a simple read on it. Just on the surface. I'll give you the deeper, but the surface here is okay. It's kind of fun. This actually turns out differently this time. All you got to do is be cool. All you have to do is be the level-headed. Somebody in this connection has to be the level-headed one. It's probably going to need to be you. All right? Fair, balanced, level-headed, neutral as possible. That's you. Absolutely. Straight up. Male or female, your energy is reflecting off that King of Pentacles. You decide what happens here. But on a deeper level, and I'm not sure why, but it's sort of me reading the energy here for you and just sort of riffing on it. Take it as it resonates, like the kids like to say. This person needs you in their life. They can't afford to lose you. They need you in their life. I don't know what capacity. It doesn't mean you have to start banging them, or if they're a family member, you got to keep showing up to family. It doesn't matter. That's just the energy that's here. All right? I don't know why. I have no idea what it is. There's some sort of connection you have. I'll try to dig on it in the extended, maybe, if I can find it, but there's some sort of connection you have in the soul, with your two souls here, where it's what I would classify as a symbiotic soul connection. Right? The two feed off one another. Parasite and host, maybe. We could look at it that way. I don't know. You would be the host in that one. All right? That's the best I can tell you. That is your reading here. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. All right? Good luck.